Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I am the CHALL, and today it's episode 3 of Chall Rebuild's GKS Katowice on Football Manager 23. So, where we left off last time, well, we finished off pre-season. Katowice, 1-0 win away from home, but of course the rest of them were neutral venues apart from that first one. We got a draw and 3 losses, so I think it's evident that if I simulate in a way get a pre-season game, they're going to win when I'm not playing. We also have some more scouting updates that we've been doing as well, so we've got some goalkeeper news, got some more on there. A couple that we went for in the last episode but didn't end up getting because of finance situation. We were going to go for Enrique Wild, however, that transfer did not end up happening due to financials. We've got some more down here as well. He was another one that we tried going for, Albert Lottin, but again, it just didn't end up working out. However, we did get a very exciting email in that last episode. Let's see if we can scroll down and find it. No, not that one, but we did sign Isaac Betancourt in the last episode as well. This one, rumours of a takeover of the club. So again, it could happen in this episode, it could happen in a future episode. I don't know when it's going to happen, but this is what I think we're banking on in terms of the rest of the transfer window, in terms of getting some success out of it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this episode, but let's just get straight on with it and just see what happens. Right, so bad news straight off the bat. Cesare Mazzata has rejected the loan from Katowice. Liga Warsaw will not let us have this goalkeeper. I did have a sneaky feeling it was probably going to happen. Aha! But we do have some positive news. We have another left-back. Luka Sahihi Kuledu has signed on a free transfer. We looked at him in the last episode, released by Anderlecht. Obviously a left wing-back, a left-back, so very adaptable on that left-hand side. So this guy is a B. Exciting young prospect, isn't far from first level, potential to be a key player for the club, potentially first division standard, which, I want to bring in players that are going to be Polish, extra Lega standard, like the Polish Premiership division standard, but the potential is still, 3.5, potentially 4.5 stars. So there's something there, definitely. He's been without a club for a while, though, so that could be something to keep an eye on. But we do finally have this signing through the door. I'm really glad about this. He is in the developmental squad, which I get. I get that. We're going to move him straight in, though, because we need another left back, definitely. Obviously, with this being league squad, we have to pick our best possible 11. But with the injury to Tanzania, we have to swap someone out here. So we're going to have to bring in Januszewski and then bring Luka onto the bench. And if we go to the squad and then put it in order, let's sort this bench out because we need to finally put this in order here. So, and then we'll put it on not contract, general info. So, goalkeeper, we've got defender, we've got left back. We've got another couple of centre-backs. We may need to bring one of the right-backs onto the bench. We then also have midfielder, attacking midfielder / winger / striker, and a striker. So it's a preferable bench. Let's bring Wojciechowski on the bench for Jarosek while he recovers, and we'll leave it like that, I think. In fact, let's bring Iraq off the bench. Let's bring a proper out-and-out winger along with Marzek onto the bench in Betan Vuko, and then Berger can be my striker on the bench. And then our best 11 at the moment is this. So we've got Kudla in goal. I'm kind of glad, in a sense, that the offer didn't come back for the goalkeeper because I kind of like Kudla in goal. A back four of Wasilewski, Januszewski, Kolodziejski, and Regala. He's still wanted, though, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. Figiel is the deep line playmaker. Mazzala is Al Hassan. Uranowitz is deep line playmaker. Brzozowski on the wing. Koscielniak as the inside forward on the left-hand side. And Roganic up front as your target forward. So it's the lineup that I kind of like here. And then we've got the press conference for our new young fullback. Let's see what the media's saying. Just 19 years old, do you see this more of the future transfers I had the next few years when I was looking at this deal? How much research did you and your staff put into this player who is relatively unknown? Had to trust my instinct. I'm gonna go with that because I did have to trust my instinct on this one. We'll be able to break into the long team. We'll also be patient. His time will come. Are you prepared to change formation? Who knows what the future will bring? I'm not saying anything definitive right now. Do you think there could be something of a generation gap between the established players and him? I think he'll bring fresh perspective. Social groups easy enough for him. I expect he'll settle in just fine. How do you plan to get the most out of him? I'm just going to get out of his way. Good football, show their quality immediately. Existing friendships, he'll always have a familiar face, but I'm sure he'll give him a warm welcome. What would you say that he helps the club work towards long-term vision? There's a lot of moving parts of long-term vision. We'll move like that. Release from Anderlecht, failed to make the breakthrough. Do you see him as something that perhaps others have missed? Yep, surprised he got released. Let's be positive about that. And Carroll's still not friendly with us. Perfect. Right. Again, another transfer we're going to have to potentially delay. Dennis Wyszynski, 12k require. We've got 825 in the bank. I think we've got enough wingers for now. I can't really sell Marzek yet, so I'm probably just going to have to say no on this one, unfortunately, due to insufficient funds. I can't wait for this takeover. I legitimately cannot wait for this takeover to happen. Just to say, by the way, guys, well, before we move forward in the calendar again after the training review, there may be a couple of days after this where there may not be an episode, just because I've got work, etc. And obviously with the Tranmere Rovers game coming up with Donny on Saturday, I want to, focus on that at the weekend. So there may be a couple of days after this where there is no episode, but we'll be straight back into it, hopefully on Monday, or we might have a chance to record it Friday afternoon, either Friday afternoon or Sunday or Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning or Monday. We may have an opportunity to record the next episode, but that's just going to have to be the case. There may be a couple of days here when we may not have an episode. Recruitment Focus suggestion. Due to the recent signing of Lucas Sahi Kuledu, we should review the following Recruitment Focus as this deal may have been fulfilled. I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to go 16. In fact, no, hang on. I'm going to go 20 to 28, a standard priority, and I'm going to make it a more experienced recruitment focus, just to bring in that experience option, just in case Regala gets sold. Just to say as well, guys, by the way, this episode is probably going to be very recruitment focused. I think the next game won't be played probably until the next episode. I'll sort of decide later on, but most likely this is going to be like just a transfer and scouting and recruitment only episode, just to try and just get that squad to where it needs to be and spend a whole episode trying to get the squad to where it needs to be and just go from there, really. Right then, this is a transfer that was suggested to me by Bailey. Shout out to you. Nathaniel Nwosu. Now, he's not currently interested. However, I mean, he's out of my scouting range as well, which is unfortunate. But don't get me wrong, I do like this player. Shout out to you, Bailey, for suggesting this. I don't think we were in the scouting scope either. I think it was like a world scouting scope. I might be wrong. The club is in Nigeria, so again, it's. I don't think it's one we can do, unfortunately. But we'll. What's our scouting range at the minute? Central Europe. We can't go beyond Europe and the world, so we'll have to keep it as it is for now, unfortunately. But I did have a comment from Belly in the last episode just to say that Nathaniel Nwosu was like a potentially great player. So we'll see what happens from there. Looking at some of the other transfers here, potentially, I mean, the budget is an absolute nightmare at the minute. We're in the minus on wage budget. We've got just over 800 quid in transfer budget. But then finances-wise, we're balancing by £1.2 million. So we've got, there's money to be able to, move about and things like that, but I just don't think they're going to do it. One deal here, potentially a great signing released by FAC Wien. Bojan Lujonia could be a good centre-back. Goalkeeper wise, again, we went back to this earlier. We've got some experienced ones in there. Tried to get Constantin Frommann. He's someone that I actually would like, but again, we tried it in the last episode and we just couldn't get it done because of the wages situation. Concerns, however, that Frommann doesn't appear to be especially keen to make the move happen. That was another one that kind of, thing. I'd love to make him part of the team. We're working towards that end. Like I said, I really want this goalkeeper. I've just got this feeling about Constantin Frommann. Nathaniel Nwosu, I think once we get to a stage in this series where we can, put the scouts on world mode rather than just Central Europe mode, I think that could be a big thing as well. There we go, chasing Frommann. It's public knowledge now. Squad numbers have been confirmed as well. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to add him as a transfer target as well. I want to offer him a trial. Can we offer him a trial for 3 weeks? See how he does? And maybe fit another friendly in. Hey, we've got him on trial. Get in. Right then. So to do this and to kind of add to that, we've got a space here on the 23rd of July. We'll do a home friendly. And we will do it with. Should we do it with one of the French smaller teams? Yeah, let's do it with Paris Saint-Germain's academy and at home, and let's see how that works. I didn't want to trust us travelling to Paris, but they've confirmed it. That's perfect. So Paris have accepted the friendly, so that is through the door. So we've got an opportunity to test our neutral keeper in this game and see if, between now and the January window maybe, or between now and the end of the summer, try and get the takeover done and see if we can try and get him signed up. Because I think him and Kudla as the two competing goalkeepers would be a fantastic signing. So with Frommann joining the club on trial, many people know what the chances are of earning a permanent stay at Bukowa, which of course the name is of the stadium. It's up to him. We know how good we can be on his day, and he knows there's a contract waiting there if he impresses. So we will put him in the squad. In terms of substitutes now, obviously we're back to a load of substitutes choices, but we're going to keep it as it is. I don't want to kind of change it and mess it about. So there we go already. He's half a star better than Kudla. And like I said, to me, this guy will be, once we get him in, I think he's the guy I want to trust as my number one. Kudla's a good goalkeeper, don't get me wrong. And to be fair, in pre-season, even though we lost the majority of them, we did come up against Premiership sides. We've got a long way to go till we get to that level. So it's going to take time. It's going to take time during this save, but I want to give this guy a chance. And I just thought as well, if we've got this friendly coming up, could we use this as an opportunity to give trial offers out to a bunch of other free agent players that we couldn't sign in the last episode? I wonder if that is possible. So let's go back to our scouting here. We'll offer a trial to Bojan Lugonja. Again, we'll do it 3 weeks. Let's have a look at the other potential options. We've got another couple of left backs in progress, which are just the same. Got Ronnie Racal from FAC Wien. Wingers wise, not a lot, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. There's Jaden Bannell. Could we offer a trial for a week, see if that works? I don't think that one's probably going to work. Let's have a look at others. There's a few there. 15 to 22-year-olds. Lottin. Can we offer a 2-week trial to Lottin, see how that works? And we'll do the same with another guy that we tried to sign, Cobrin. We'll do a 2-week trial and just give these guys a chance to give us a flavour of what we're going to do here. So there we go. So Raphael Cobrin's coming on trial. Lottin's agreed terms with SC Toulon in the French National 2C. Where do they get promoted to? They get promoted to the third tier. Okay, so that's fair enough. So he's gone permanently to SC Toulon, but we're going to keep him on the short list because I think it's someone we want to look at in the future. And we've got Lugonja on trial as well. So we've got 2 more players on trial to add to Constantin Frommann. So we've got Dejan Luboja, 23-year-old centre-back, Austrian, could provide to be a good trial period, potentially. And then, obviously, we know that Lottin couldn't sign. However, we've added to that with Rafael Kobrin. Regular starter who could still improve, potential to be a good extra lacer player, potential leading first division player for Lugonja. So again, there's potential there. So what we will do is we'll add these guys to the bench as extra players. I know I said I weren't going to add them as extra players, etc., but I want to give these guys a chance. So we're going to put him in place of Kolajetsky. And then with Kobrin, we're going to add him, and we are going to bring Wachachowski. We're going to keep him on, actually, and then we'll bring Kobrin in for this game as well. So we're going to ignore the suggested squad when it gets to the Paris Saint-Germain Academy game, and just try and test these players out amongst the first team. Again, these are players that I'm looking to sign. And, there's been complaints in the past from a Doncaster Rovers point of view, because obviously if you didn't know, I'm a Doncaster Rovers supporter here in the UK. Wherever you're watching from, whether you're watching from America, Britain, around the world, whether you're Polish football fans and you're Katowice fans, you don't know who I support. I support Doncaster Rovers in the 4th tier of the English game, maybe the 5th tier, depending on how the season goes, between now and May. And basically, there have been complaints in the past about how we used to do trials for players, and we were a squad full of trialists sometimes, and sometimes they did sign, sometimes they didn't, sometimes we couldn't afford to sign them. The Richie Wellens interview came out and said that we couldn't afford the likes of Lewis Reed and Dan Crowley. Those 2 names came up in that interview with Richie Wellens on Lower League Look. Go and check that out, by the way. It was brilliant interview with Liam and Richie Wellens. There was complaints about how we sometimes couldn't afford the trials, and what's the point of them. I'm a big supporter of sort of try before you buy and sort of take the risk before you buy. So I really don't mind it. Some scouting reports have come back. Philip Herwagen, A- could be a good signing. Lottin's an A-. I mean, decent extra Lakes level. So again, already that's good. But there is a lot of cons here. Fairly susceptible to injuries. Would likely encounter problems adapting to a new country. Would need to learn the language, so we'll need to send him on a language course. Difficult to adapt easily into one of the core groups. Lack of natural fitness, but natural in more than one position. Agile, balanced ability on the ball. Consistent, balanced and normal personality. Match the new signing club vision objective again. Kiepin, another experienced goalkeeper. Again, good first division level. Not going to improve more after that. Right then, Mart Dukstra from Harkamasi Boys, chased by the Dutch League. Useful backup for the first team, an A+, which is good. Golden Mafuenta, okay. Yeah, price range completely out of our league, but an A. So, but leading second division level, I don't know if that's good enough. Mitchell Shett, I think that's how it's pronounced. A-. Again, released by Katwijk, has got experience at Slovan Bratislava, ADO Den Haag, Excelsior, former youth at Feyenoord. So again, that's quite a decent signing. Right, let's look at the Paris Saint-Germain squads that we're going to be coming up against. So most likely it's going to be probably around this squad. So you've got some good players in there. You've got Hugo Etitike, on loan from Reims. I mean, they've got some decent quality about them. Ronnie Racal, another scouting update, potentially extra Larsa standard. So 19 years old, A+, could be a good signing there. So there's confirmation that one of the players that we were after has signed for the MLS. Austin FC has signed Miseta for £1.8 million, could rise to £2.3 million. His contract lasts until 2023. He is loan listed, though, by Austin FC. Let's try and go back in. It's worth a try. He's in a new environment now. Is it worth a try? Loan can't be terminated as well. We can't pay any percentage of the wage. I really don't think this is going to happen. Nope. It's like they're asking for 50,000 on each, so it's not going to happen. Oh, damn. More bad news on the injury front, guys. Burglar out for potentially between 12 days and 3 weeks. And I am not risking injections. I'm going to get the physio to look at it and look at it properly. So he was one of the stars of the under-19s, Jakub Kusela. I'm going to give him a chance on the bench, see if we can give him some minutes, because I think youth's very, very important in careers like this when you've either got a takeover coming or you haven't, and, you're in a position where you're kind of just waiting for this takeover to happen to get money in, and you kind of need to rely on your youth system. So that's why it was nice to see that 16-year-old Ukrainian striker Sivkev sort of catch the eye in the under-19s game. And we can use people like Jakub Kusela. Obviously, I would have brought the young keeper into it as well, potentially, but I think with us trialling Constantin Frommann for this game, ready for Kudla to start the season, I just feel like, we need to keep him in the under-18s. So, under-19, sorry. I think that, keep the young keeper in there, but bring Kusela into the bench. Give him a chance against a team like Paris Academy in pre-season. Obviously, this will probably be the last pre-season game we face. I weren't originally scheduling to do another pre-season game, to be honest with you, but I think with the opportunity to trial people in, and then the opportunity to actually, bring the youth in as well, give them a chance, we now have an opportunity to really trial some people out. And, he got a very good rating in the under-19s game. So there's an opportunity here for Kusela to get a chance off the bench against Paris. Right then, before we get into that game with Paris, I'm not going to pronounce it Perry, because it sounds like I'm saying Perry as in Perry Lomax from Hollyoaks. But what I am going to do before the game is a recruitment review meeting. So that's sort of who we brought in already. We brought in 3 trialists, 3 free transfers. We've loan listed Lukas Sapozek. We've got 4 recruitment focuses. Skip to recommendations. So let's have a review then. So we've got these guys coming in. We've got him on trial. He's the one I want permanently if Jerv don't get him. Severin Kalepin, way too old. Philip Hawagan, way too old. Luka Podlek. Now, he is a young prospect. I think once we have the takeover, and if it's a good takeover with a lot of money, he's the guy I would like as a long-term. Now, Steve Kroll has been transfer listed by Darmstadt in the second Bundesliga. His wage is 1.7k, and it's a transfer fee of 20k. Again, takeover-wise, that would probably be the case if that happens. Right, left backs. We've got plenty more left backs now on the list. Sasha Hartel. Now, he is on trial with Regensburg. He will probably be quite a big transfer, that one. He's a free transfer, so it might be worth something, but the wages could be a nightmare. Lucas Stahlwagen, again, 3rd division in Germany. That would be a pricey one. Got a near match here in Pieter Bogas, again, listed for 99,000, 100,000. Wages 180 though, so that could be an easier one. But again, the transfer fee puts me off. And of course, these 2 guys we've already looked at in the last episode. Inside forwards, we tried David Blanek on the last episode, just didn't get him. Ronnie Rakal's injured, so it won't be worth the risk. We tried learning in Jaden Bannell, just didn't work like I thought it would, like I predicted it wouldn't. And then we've got a bunch more that we're still in progress of scouting. And then we've got more of these guys. So Sesonenko, we know, is back out on loan anyway. We've got these guys. We've already seen him. We've got Legiona on trial. Sunamale Ann. Now, again, this one, a B- currently. He's a striker. Let's just keep scouting him, see what happens. And then we've got some more on this list as well, including Adriano Bertonacci. But again, he's wanted by one of the top divisions in, I think it's Norway, that club, Sandefjord. So again, probably wouldn't be able to afford it. Obviously got these recommended players overall. And there we go. That's the end of the recruitment review meeting. And now we go on to Paris. So in the under-19s match, again, Sitsev catches the eye. We were facing, who were we facing? Odra Opole under-19s. And again, Alexei Sitsev, again, someone to maybe keep an eye on here. He can play as a winger, but he is a advanced forward, pressing forward. So again, we can move the forward position around from the target position, and we can try and find a way to make it work. In fact, can he play target forward as well? Can he do that? Yeah, he can. So he's working on that. So again, that's something to keep an eye on in terms of the way he adapts as a striker. A powerful volley on the 82nd minute. Can we view the highlight of that? Can we have a look at that goal? Because I think we can. He's been played out on the right at the minute, so he's being worked as a winger currently. So again, could be a long-term option to replace Martzek. So Buniak scored his free kick for the opposition. Then they have a potential second. Well, this is a second goal. We're just reviewing the goals here. Bad defending there by the under-19s. And in it goes to Boba and just kind of little dinky chipped over his head. So again, 2-0. Dianarek throws it to Barsutsiak. Over the top. Here's Svitsev. And bang, what a finish from the 16-year-old Ukrainian. I didn't check the scoreline. Yeah, we lost. So here's the first key moment here. Kobrin moves it over to Kosleniak. Into Rogala. Good save there by Levele. Great chance from Rogala, who came up from that left-hand side. 17th minute, Rogala again. Finds Figiel. Figiel back to Rogala. Inside, Roganic. Another good save and off the post by Kosleniak. I need to start how to pronounce that. Brzezinski in the 23rd minute over to Kosleniak. And don't know where to do. Goes to Regala. Ball in. Al Hassan. Good save and away again by Paris. 38th minute. Free kick from Januszewski. Takes it short. Here's Al Hassan. Figiel. Over the top for Kosleniak. Ball in. Roganic. And that's 1-0. Come on. 44th minute. Kosleniak. Taken off by Fernandez, who wins it back. Inside, Al Hassan, 2-0. Come on, get in. Then the 70th minute, Lamina comes across, good turn, ball inside. It's TK, who's going to be the main threat, scores his goal. And with 20 minutes to go, we were on the back foot. 78th minute, back to Frommann. Frommann out to...
What the hell? Oh my God.
What? Whoa. Who was that? Lajonia. He's the guy I had on trial. 84th minute, Sai Kuledu moves forward. Great running there. Plays it back to Brodel. Ball inside. Al Hassan just wide with the header. And of course, it stays like that. So then, we are believed to be the subject of a takeover bid. The chairperson is looking to sell the club and a local investor could be in line to take over in the near future. I want it now, though. I want the takeover now. No offence to the current chairman, but I want that money. And of course, we're back to our monthly meetings. So set piece takers, I'm going to move on from because I'm going to sort them out myself. New contracts for Alan Broad. Let's discuss that. Let's set that up. Transfer list, Rogala. Alert club to availability. You know what? We need the money, so I'm going to see what we do there. Anowitz as well, and Januszewski as well. Let's just see where we go from there. Change their playing time. Okay. I'm not going to change Blads. In fact, I'm going to make it better for him. I think with him being a regular star at the minute, let's go squad player and see if that does anything. Again, I'm going to up his to important player. I'm not going to go too far. Broad and Warmoots are both 17. They want to change it to the second team. You know what? They need more minutes, so I'm going to do that exactly. Staff-wise, again, I don't go for regens. Rafael Pavlak as a scout. Let's see if we can do this. £90, 2 years, 30% promotion wage rise. I think he'll accept that. Again, no there, and then we'll send our other guys on coaching courses. Let's do this. So, of course, one of the things in that meeting is the new contract for Alan Bro. We're not going to loan him out. We're going to keep him in that team. We'll keep. Obviously, we can only do 3 years. Can we move this down to 170 maybe, and then do 1k, or even 160 and 1k? Yes, we can. 3-year deal. Please accept it. Marcel Kiesel is in line for a professional contract after turning 17. So again, we won't loan him out yet because we want him to develop in our second team. We're going to do 3 years again. Keep the wage the same. Okay, it's gone up to 160. Can we do 150 and then 130 loyalty bonus? Yes, we can. 3-year deal. Sign him up. Oh dear. So our backup keeper is out for 3 to 5 weeks. So we are now going to have to bring up that young keeper. We're going to have to bring up Patrick Kukluski into the senior team to take over from Sakusa, unfortunately. But you never know. There might be an opportunity here for Patrick. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got quite a few emails here. So we've got the coaching course stuff. We've got a few scouting finishing. Krzysztof Dalilowicz, a B. Early signs of a quality signing. Useful backup to the first team. 31 though. I'm not too sure. Right, Nicholas Wilson-Sommer, a fullback and wingback, listed at 16k. Again, I don't think we can afford it at all. We really can't. And then we've got a scouting meeting on this guy in Freiburg's second team, Daniels Ontuzans. Again, inside forwards. Let's just scout him and just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Could be a leading Estrelasa player. So, again, there's potential there. Okay, so we've got another done deal, this time on the staffing department. Rafael Palek is our new scout. So he comes into the club to join our recruitment department. He used to be chief scout at Widzor. He's got plenty of experience at Widzor. Bloody hell. 52, Polish, works, recommend a signing, see that goes. Oh boy, Wasilewski out for potentially up to 2 months, 5-6 weeks. And then Kozabal, one of our young players, is out for a couple of days. Cobra's trial coming at an end. They are recommending us offering him a contract. Training rating 7.2. Change training position to right back. Individual defensive training, perform well. So he's one of the starters. He would start, but again, finance is the problem we've got here. A couple of homegrown players coming in as well. Competition review. So again, this is a big one here. Record a first division top half finish, be competitive in the cup. So again, not surprising there. So the draw for the first round of the Polish FA Cup. So that was, I'm guessing, the preliminary round, I'm guessing. So let's draw all teams. Who have we got? We're away at Motor Lublin in the second division. So again, that's pretty interesting. And that means our match with Brookbet Temelika Nesiza has been moved due to the fixture of the cup. So there we go, guys. That is it for this episode. What did we do in this one? Well, we had an extra pre-season match with Paris, a 2-2 draw in that particular game. We gave some people some trials, see how they would do. Of course, we had some news that the takeover might be happening in the near future. The chairman looking to step aside. Some of the players that we were looking at in the last episode, like Constantin Frommann, Rafael Cabrin. We also had, who else did we have on trial? Bojan Lujonia, who made a pretty poor mistake for that second Paris goal. We also had, even though we simmed the game, we did have someone on the bench, one of our 18-year-olds that we wanted to try and give an opportunity to. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, in the next game, we're probably going to try and get through 2 or 3 of these games. Rasovia at home, then promoted Ruch at home. Then the next game might not be after that until the next episode, which is away at Podbezinski. We've got quite a lot of league fixtures before that opening cup match against Motor at the end of August, where, of course, deadline day will have occurred by then. So I think the next episode we'll get through Resovia, Ruch, and maybe the Podbezinski game, depending on what happens recruitment-wise. Scouting-wise, again, we've made some good scouting recruitments. We've got the new scout, and this is the team going into that first game of the campaign. Wasilewski is injured, though, so looking at the squad, he is a right wing-back. So, we haven't got any other right wing-backs, unfortunately. So we may just have to bring in a midfielder onto that bench. We're probably going to go with Dudzinski. And of course, since he can play striker, we'll move him into that other bench position. So that's what we're going to have to probably do here. Looking at the squad, I'm content. I'm not satisfied. I'm content. I think once the takeover goes through, it'll be much, much better. But we will just see what happens there. But we are getting ready, of course, for that first official match, that game against Resovia in the league. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this episode. It's been a very recruitment-heavy episode in this video, but the first moment of the next episode in just a few days will be the first game of the season against Resovia at home. So if you do like this, then please stay tuned for more videos. I am the CHALL Terra for now.